McDavid. Moves in, McDavid goes upstairs! What a goal!
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 33 of this NHL 20 Draft to Glory franchise mode with the Reading Royals. Just before we jump into this video, if you guys are new to the channel, haven't subscribed yet, please go down into this bottom corner and click the little button right there. It will allow you to subscribe. Also, make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. But anyways, let's jump into episode 33. So if you guys missed last episode, first things first, go click up in the top corner of the video, right up here somewhere. It will send you to a card and the entire playlist of this Draft to Glory series so you can catch up and make sure you haven't missed whatever has led up to this point. So let's get into this. So last episode, we were able to take out the St. Louis Blues in a crazy close 7-game series. Really, we've just been the most dominant force in the NHL over the last 3 seasons. We've won 12 straight playoff series now to go for a three-peat here, which was pretty crazy. You can see the Pennsylvania Tigers got knocked out first round there by the Rochester Americans, but the Colorado Eagles actually went on to win that Calder Cup. Anyways, let's take a look at the awards here because this is new. I don't think we've done this yet. So as you can see, we complete the three-peat there for the Stanley Cup, and Arizona wins the Presidents, St. Louis wins the Clarence, and we obviously win the Prince of Wales. Okay, for the league, Forganov won the Art Ross, but Pisani won the Hart. Hughes won the Norris, Kapitanov won the Lady Byng, Lazarev won the Conn Smythe, the Calder, Kozlov won the Conn Smythe, we saw that, Leo Muller wins the Vezina and the William M. Jennings, huge awards there, Nabokov wins the Masterton, Washington's coach wins the Jack Adams, Anton Lundell wins the Selke, Pisani wins the Ted Lindsay, and Forganov wins the Rocket. So that is your league heading into this off-season here. I don't remember if we have any picks right now or not, or what's going to happen there, but yeah, at this point we are just getting to the draft now, and Boston wins that pick. We move from 6 to 8 with Detroit's pick, so that's not great, but that's all right. Besides that, Minnesota jumps from 12 to 2 and Florida jumps from 8 to 3. So you don't like to see that, but honestly, we have picks 8 and 10 in this draft thanks to Vancouver and Detroit, and we're going to be just fine. So yeah, 2 high picks there, both in the top 10 still, and that's something this team has been really good at, is landing picks when they probably don't even deserve them. But yeah, we're kind of just trying to figure out who exactly we're going to pick at this point. Obviously, there are a lot of different players that, would be nice, like this Walls guy. Looks like he'd be really nice because he's NHL ready, but, maybe we go with like a guy like Baines instead. He would be a decent pick. We're trying to go for more, preferably NHL ready prospects, but we don't know if that's going to happen, and I doubt we're going to be able to trade up with a lot of teams. So besides that, this hasn't been the craziest draft class available. I've definitely seen stronger draft classes in the past. But, there's definitely a couple players in here, like Dinger will definitely take as a goalie. Probably going to go for this Eriksson guy too, just because he looks pretty nice. Besides that, though, there's not a whole lot, so we'll figure it out as we go here, but overall, I'm not super excited or over the moon for this draft, honestly. So we'll see how it turns out. So for retiring players, let's go take a look because this is always important. Nikita Kucherov calls it quits. He was playing in Washington. Finishes his career over a point a game. Same with Jack Eichel calling it quits. And Leon Draisaitl, big names here retiring, man. David Pastrnak as well, finished with almost 1,600 career points. There's nobody below 1,000. Wow, Tyler Benson had a great year, or great career too, put up 900 points in 1,000 games. There's a lot of guys, my God. So we're probably going to see Connor McDavid retiring here pretty soon. But Draisaitl was crazy, man. Put up 1,500 points. God, I should probably keep track of this for where guys are finishing all time, because this is honestly insane. Draisaitl averaging over a point a game in Edmonton is crazy. It's just crazy. Pastor Eichel was actually the one that it's like, holy crap, man. 700 goals, 900 assists in his career. And he played in Buffalo the entire time. Like, that's crazy, man. He almost put up 20 seasons in Buffalo. That's insane. Okay. So, yeah, lots of big names here. If we keep going down, you guys will recognize a lot of these names, as a lot of these guys are current NHLers who are, really making a difference for their teams at the moment. But, yeah, lots of guys retiring here that I recognize. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy retiree class. As far as goalies go, Vasilevsky calls it quits at 38. He got 626 wins. So, getting up there, not quite Martin Brodeur numbers there, but, Vasilevsky had a really great team in front of him for the most part. He retires with Columbus there on his last year, but that's insane how many wins he was able to put up in his career. Lots of goalies here that were good, though. Saros, Binnington, Nedeljkovic, even Soderstrom put up 71 wins in his 200 games, so that's pretty good, man. That's a really good retiree class. So, Eichel becomes a coach for the Buffalo Sabres, and that's it. A bunch of coaches retire here by the looks of it. Do we lose anybody in Reading or Pennsylvania? Doesn't look like it, so that's always good to see. And I'm not doing draft interviews, guys. You know what my opinion is on that. But these two picks from Vancouver and Detroit are actually pretty valuable in my opinion. Looking at the rest of our team here, we got those two main kind of franchise guys. Besides that, we might have to trade one guy. The guy I'm looking to possibly move is Marc Durocher, just based on the fact that he had a pretty down season for what he's been putting up. And really, he's only got 1 year left here. So that's kind of why I'm looking to move him versus a guy like Donovan Boyce, who just had an absolutely fantastic year, is probably good to move up to second line center, and we can play him there. So, maybe we'll be looking to make a move or two. The guy that I want to kind of move, but I don't think is worth it, would be OMAR Archer, just because we have enough two-way forwards already. But honestly, at $5 million for the next 2 years, he's worth every penny of that. And we are going to have to be paying other guys here too. Durocher, Pentakainen, Nielsen all expiring. I can't believe we got Kozlov for another 6 years. That's insane. But the other guy that we should very much be focused on is our franchise defenseman down here in Amir Ferguson, who is also calling it quits after this. Well, not calling it quits, but his contract's expiring. So we're going to have to pay attention to him for sure. And then I believe we have our goalie for one more season before he expires in Leo Muller. And yes, that is correct. Okay. Looks like Oman could be good. If we can get him into the AHL, then he will be just fine. And it's really just a matter of Kudruk not playing, or we trade Guit or something like that. But yeah, Leo Muller, 90 rated after his previous year, and he's still got a couple seasons left on that contract, so that's always good to see. But obviously we do have these two picks here at 8 and 10. After that, I'm not entirely sure what else we have. We've got our second rounder, we've got a couple thirds, couple fourths, couple fifths. So we do have a lot of picks in this draft, but we'll see. So, honestly, we're going to go to contract extensions first here and see if we can potentially get some new deals done. Durocher, let's see. We got no cap space, so we got to offer these guys around the same amount of money. Okay, we got $30 million in extension space, so that's good. Because we're going to have to sign. I want to sign Nielsen, Pentakainen, and Ferguson. But we'll see what happens with those guys. And then besides that, a lot of lower end guys here that aren't going to be requesting nearly as much money. Let's see, $2.5 million for Lasse Pentakainen is a very good deal. And I will take that for the next 2 years of his career. What about Nielsen? Nielsen wants $6.7 million for the next 2 years. I can do 6.5. but we can't do much more than that. So between those two guys, that's $9 million right there. Mark Durocher is probably going to want too much money. Okay, no, he only wants $7.6 million for the next year, so that's not too bad. We'll offer that to him, and then Ferguson wants the huge amount of money here, so we're going to try to get him for a little bit less rather than half of our cap space. But yeah, let's just figure this out here with the rule of 85. So he wants 15. Remember, this would be until he's 35 years old, guys, as well. So 15.075 times 85% is 12.8. I think we could probably get him for closer to 13 million, but we can try a 12.8. You know what? Let's just do 13 million. And if he takes it, I'll be good with it, because that's until he's 35 years old. Obviously, he is the cornerstone defenseman of this team right now. There's no question about it. But the fact that we were able to get Trevor Lashoff for such a cheap deal for the amount of time that he's got remaining on it, it's like, yeah, this team's good for the near future. There's no question about that. What about Lawton? Because he's been lighting it up. Okay, he's only got 4 more years, but that's good. Yuka Alto is wanting $1 million. Okay, we can offer him that. What about Burgundy here? He doesn't even want $1 million. Actually, yeah, we'll give him $1 million for a year. It's probably worth it. And then Jesper Olason, who was actually pretty damn good in the playoffs, wants $2 million. I'm willing to offer all these contract extensions because guys aren't that expensive. And we can go 2 years at $2 million for our backup goalie in Zerdev. We're going to be golden. So honestly, that's all the contracts I'm going to offer here. That's pretty much all of them for our main team here. I don't think we have a lot of guys that we need to really focus on in the minors so much. But, you know, we'll be looking to possibly move Durocher to move up in the draft. That's an option. And, I mean, that will allow for Donovan Boyce to step in to that second line center role and then kind of get the rest of our lines back to normal with Nordqvist and Sestito. But yeah, let's jump into the draft here right away. So I'm looking for a top 5 pick from Durocher. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that. It doesn't look like a lot of teams really want to move picks. So we've got pick 8 and 10. Yeah, not the most spectacular setup here, but that's all right. We'll try to move up. Like, you can try to force a trade. It's difficult to really get a trade to go through like that, but really the only 2 guys I'm interested in are Sokolov and McDermott. So the guy I want is Alexander Sokolov, but I don't know if we'll get him with pick 5. You'll probably get him with pick 5. And then the other guy I'm looking at is Baines here because he looks pretty promising as well for a right-handed offensive defenseman. So, yeah, those are the only 2 guys where it's like, okay, I want these guys. So we can grab Baines with pick 10 most likely, as he's going to be probably a medium top 4, but he is NHL ready. So that's the biggest factor there. And then, you know, we don't really need McDermott because we have a lot of defensive defensemen already, but a guy like Alexander Sokolov would be my highest wish list item, really. So let's try to do something here that's going to be a little bit different from what we've been trying, but we're going to go, let's see, they've got pick 35 in round 2. Let's go for 5 and 35. We can offer pick 8. And Mark Durocher, which I think is totally worth their time. Like, that is an extremely lopsided trade, in my opinion. So, honestly, if we could get their first rounder next year, too, I would think this is still a pretty even deal because Durocher is going to make their team better. There's no question about that. And, unfortunately, we do have an extra pick in here, so maybe we toss Toronto's... We'll toss Toronto's first rounder in there too, just to try and get this deal done. And I think they're going to take this, but they might not. So let's see what happens here, because obviously pick 5 and 35 are pretty valuable picks overall, but Durocher is an extremely good player. So 2 firsts in Durocher, for 2 firsts and a second. I think Columbus is winning the trade here, just based on simple value and everything, but let's see what happens. And trade rejected. It's that first rounder. That's what it is. So if we take this out, they will most likely take this deal here because they're only moving down 3 picks, and then they're adding another elite player who's already guaranteed in his prime pretty much right now in Marc Durocher. He's good for 100 points every other season here. So like he's been a really sturdy scorer in the NHL, and I think that he'll continue that wherever he moves, but we just need to clear up some cap space, and we're going to try to get this done right here. So trade accepted. I think Columbus fans are going to like that deal, but we do move up from 5 to 8 and also land pick 35. All right, so the Bruins are going to make their selection here, and Coop is only 80 overall, so maybe this is a weaker draft class. That's just what I'm assuming with that first pick, but we'll see as the draft continues on. All right, so Minnesota's going to select 2nd overall here, and they take Leroy, who's 79 overall. All right, so looks like Marks actually went 3rd overall to the Detroit Panthers. No, I mean the Florida Panthers. Where is Detroit coming from? I'm sorry. So hopefully the picks line up here. Hopefully Calgary really sewers this next pick with the next guy on the board here in, what's his name? Darren O'Neill. So if they don't pick O'Neill, I mean, I'd be okay with him. I prefer all the balance and shoot with Sokolov. I don't know if we'll get him. I think Calgary's, smart enough to actually pick the right player here, but if not, then we'll just go with McDermott instead. But O'Neill's ranked 4 across the board, funny enough, so we'll see. All right, and Calgary does take O'Neill. Let's go. We're going to get Sokolov. That is huge for our team. All right, guys, so I do have a pretty big prospect list here, actually, since we have so many picks in this draft, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to snag just about every single one. Obviously, McDermott we're not going to be able to get, which is too bad, but it's all right, man. It is totally good. Like, if you look at our team, I'm just going to talk you guys through our team quickly here for what we need on defense and why I'm taking Sokolov instead of McDermott. Is you look at our team, yes, you could argue our forward group is the best in the NHL. It probably is, but I don't really think we need that many defensemen, and we're going to take another defenseman anyways that's NHL ready in Baines here right away. So we're going to go with Sokolov. He's the best pick on the board here at number 5. He's a sniper. He's got the nice balanced system, and honestly, I think he's going to be an exact fit for the second line, which is, something we've been looking for. We haven't really had a sniper presence on that second line. Yes, you could argue Kozlov has been absolutely insane there, but, we're going to bring in another kind of Russian counterpart. He might be Ukrainian by the looks of it, but actually, no, he's Belarusian. I don't know how do you say that. He's from Belarus. But anyways, Alexander Sokolov, welcome to the Reading Royals. 5th overall pick, and he is an 80 overall. Could have gone number 1, but instead we snag him at pick 5. That is absolutely sweet, man. The picks we've gotten out of the last couple of years here with Donovan Boyce at number 7. We've landed some depth guys in Bishop and McCammond the year before that. And then Hakana was a huge pick the year prior to that one. Or before that one. Anyways, Sokolov, absolutely awesome pick there. And we'll see what we missed in McDermott, but I doubt he's going to be 80 overall. And he's 78, so, pretty nice defensive defenseman there still, but not quite what our team was looking for, really. And at pick 10, are we going to get... We don't get Baines. Philadelphia pisses me off because my scouts had Baines ranked at 11, and Philadelphia goes off the board by 2 picks and takes Baines from us. That's who we were going to select. Like, there's no question in my mind that Baines was the best prospect on the board there for us. We can take Walls. I doubt he's going to actually fit our system that well because he's a shoot and pinch, but, still a good defenseman. Not exactly what we were looking for. I mean, I would have preferred Baines, but what can you do? So, at 6'3", 194, Joel Walls is an absolutely huge defenseman still, and I'm happy with that pick. I'm not complaining at all with this pick, as he is also 77 rated. who knows if he's going to turn into more of a two-way, if he'll stay at more of a two-way defenseman, or if we'll turn him into a defensive or offensive, depending on what our system needs. And that's why I wanted Baines, because he was already guaranteed our system fit and already offensive. But, we'll settle with Joel Walls. That's still a pretty good pick at number 10. So we're over in round 2 now, and, the selections are going to get a little less highly rated here. I mean, there's still some pretty nice prospects in here, I have to say. This is a damn strong draft, right up until we're at pick 25 before the picks really started to drop off at all there. But yeah, right up until, 23, 24, those were all medium top 6 forwards or medium top 4 defensemen. This was a strong draft here still. So bringing in an 80 overall and 77 overall player in the first round is about as good a draft here as you can ask for. For our next pick, we're going to go off the board, and we are going to be taking Kalle Fast here, as he's another very good defenseman. Not what we're looking for. Like, a lot of these guys are not what we're looking for, so that's why we're going off the board here to select Fast. Even though, Silfverberg might be a high elite goalie. That's very possible, but I could really care less. We have other elite goalies pinned in this draft already, and Kalle Fast is the defenseman we want here with pick 35 to start off round 2 for us. So, Kalle Fast, welcome to the team. He is a 64 overall medium top 4 two-way defenseman, and at that size, man, totally worth the pick. He can't skate all that well yet, but I'm hoping his skating develops and he turns into a bit of a beast for us. And honestly, a 64 overall player is still absolutely insane in the second round. Like, we'll look through here. Ooh, Debian was 60 overall. That's pretty darn nice, but let's see. Anybody else who's actually good? Wow. Nelson Palmieri is a beautiful pick. My goodness. Vegas absolutely steals a player there. Fairchild was good. Kaupanen, I believe is how you say that. Kaupanen was really good as well. Silfverberg was a high starter. Okay, so not quite elite, but still a nice pick. And, there were a couple better picks than Kalle Fast there, but I'm still happy with our pick, and instead we're going to go off the board here, and we are going to snag Andreas Dinger. I get the feeling he's going to be about 48 rated, but let's see. And he is we'll have to go back and check because they don't have that. Okay, so 57's pretty good still. Obviously he's no Bernard Debian here, but Debian at 18, Dinger at 18, like, yeah, Debian is a much bigger goalie. You got to give that to him, but you have to remember that Dinger was also playing in the DEL, so 9 wins in the DEL isn't too bad. Debian was playing in the Q, so I think Dinger's still a great pick for our team. And is he another German goalie? Because Leo Muller's been a German goalie for us who's been absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping Dinger can grow into that same type of goalie for the future. So next up for our pick at 67, we've got a guy named Kalle Eriksson. Hopefully, wow, Fedotenko. Jesus, where are all these goalies coming from, man? This is insane. Like, Toronto just absolutely gets a steal of attendee there. That's crazy. Like, that is actually crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, we probably got a really good pick with a 57 overall goalie. Toronto's just like, think again. I got a 64 overall 18-year-old hybrid. Like, Jesus, man. Anyways, we are going to be going with this guy right here. We could go with Kalanos possibly, but not really what we're looking for. Instead, we're looking at this Christian Eriksson guy. Hopefully, it turns out he might only be a medium top 6, which would kind of suck, but I'm hoping he's better than that. So, Christian Eriksson, welcome to the Reading Royals, and he is he's 66 overall, so that's pretty good. But, 20 years old, you'd kind of expect a little better, and he is only medium top 6. All right, so for our next pick, I don't actually have any players planned or in place, but that's because it's the end of round 3, and I'm kind of just guessing on who we're going to get. I didn't really have any single prospect pinned in there perfectly, so we'll see who's available on the board, go with our best option, and then move on in this draft. So let me just look through some players here. All right, guys, so I found a pick here. Vyacheslav Brylan looks like an absolute steal of a goalie. Even though he is 20 years old already, I'm willing to take that risk, and I think he could turn out for our team. And he is I know he's a medium starter, but how good is he? And he's 64 overall. Very nice pick there for a late third-round goaltender. I think he might actually make our team at some point in this series still. So next up, I've got a guy named Gord Leglace. He might get picked right before us, and doesn't look like it. Moore was a nice defenseman. So was Kretschmann. I believe I was actually looking at this guy, and I was just like, nah, there's no way he turns out. So that's too bad because he was medium elite, but whatever. It happens, and we're going to take a risk on this Gord Leglace guy. We'll see if he turns out. Probably not, but you never know. And he is a low top 9, 55 rated sniper. Down the middle. Could be better. So, who do we got up next? Nobody there, really. Okay, we're going to go with... he's off the board, so... There's a guy, is this... Oh, it's Macalsetan, or Shatan, or however you say it. But no, we're going to go with this Len Terry guy. I hope he turns out to be, at least a low top 4. And at 20 years old, he fits the system. That's the main reason why I'm taking him. And he is let's see, end of round 4. He's probably not going to be very good, but he is a low top 6. Yeah, crap. I mean, 59 overall isn't that bad, but he is also 20 years old already, so yeah, whatever. Who do we miss? High fringe starter and Terry. High fringe starters are actually all right, but we did get that 64 rated actual starter there, like medium starter, and Preston Rammer was pretty decent. Hyvanen would have been a nice pick too, but we didn't pick him. That's fine. We got 2 goalies out of this draft already. I'm good with that. We don't really need any more. And our next pick, we're going to go off the board yet again, because that's all we do in this series. And we are going to take, well, there's another medium starter and another Kolosov there. Not Sokolov, but Kolosov. They're like just mixed up their names pretty much. That's literally what it's like. But no, we're actually bypassing all of these guys, and we're going to, you know what? I think we're going to take Loktianov, but not the greatest pick probably at this point. So we'll see how he turns out. He's a 20-year-old, and he is another low top 9 sniper. For late round picks, I'm not expecting a lot, but I was kind of hoping for more. So obviously these picks could be better, but whatever. You win some, you lose some. And I think overall we definitely have been winning in this draft. We got some great picks still. Even if, one of them was a medium top 6 in Eriksson, he's still 66 overall and a really nice player. So I'm just going to start using the pinned feature here because we only have a couple picks left by the looks of it. Oh no, I totally forgot to pick somebody. My bad. Okay, so let's I took Loktianov by accident because I guess Picard was taken already, or not Picard, this guy. Yeah, I was going to call him Cloutier, even though it's Cloutier or Cloutier. Cloutier. I was going to take him, and instead we ended up going with Loktianov, so that's my bad, but we'll figure out who we're picking instead. All right, so I definitely messed up that pick by accident, but that's all right. So our next pick is going to be, kind of want to go with Quint, but probably not the best decision. Actually, he could be a 3-year ETA, so you know what? Screw it. Javon Quint, welcome to the team. How good is he? And he is a, drum roll please. Hey, okay, 60 rated, but again, another low top 9. Whatever. At this point in the draft, I'm not expecting much. So that's all right. All right, so for our next pick, we actually have a guaranteed player, believe it or not. Let's see who else went in round 6 here. Looks like there's one low top 9 in Quick, who is actually, a pretty decent pick. Kolosov was a 48 rated medium starter. Besides that, not much really in this round, so that's what it is. Oh well. But he could take Foss, he could go with Hargrave, but no, we're going to go with this guy right here, Asher Perron, guaranteed power forward, low elite, 20 years old already, but I know that he's got the potential to possibly turn into something, and let's see what his overall is, because that's sometimes hard to guess, but 54, not too shabby. Where was he playing? He was in the DEL, okay, so, It's not a bad pick. Even though he is considered our lowest rated player, I still think he's got way more potential than 6 out of 10 guys that we picked in this draft. So, let's see. Who else was an actual steal? Nobody in round 7. So we're taking a fat risk here with this last guy. His name is Picard. We got him pinned already. You probably saw his name there. Matthew Picard, considered a power forward, and at 19 years old, out of the queue, gonna get another year in the queue, so hopefully he can, bump his overall and morale up and stuff like that. And let's see how good of a player he really is. And he was an enforcer, but he was a low elite, so that's pretty awesome, actually. I did not get to see what his overall was, but those last 2 picks I'm pretty happy with. Yes, you could say Wild, Loktionov, and Quint were just terrible picks, but you can't pick them all, obviously. Legace too was pretty bad, but whatever. We got Brylan, we got Erickson, we got Dinger, Fastwells, Sokolov, and then Picard and Perron are late round gifts. So that's another absolutely fantastic draft from this team. So we are going to hit the re-sign phase here pretty quickly. And looks like we got a couple coaches expiring. That's all right. We can offer him that, but he's got to be an AHL coach, unfortunately. And then we got not an AHL coach, got to be an assistant coach. And then for scouts, we got a lot of expirees here. That's, honestly pretty normal at this point, but, we'll pay them. They're all worth their money. Obviously, being amateur scouts, they, like I've said time and time again, are the bread and butter of this entire franchise mode. So, the fact that we're 33 episodes in now and these scouts are still going strong, we haven't had to re-sign too many, is absolutely fantastic. So, let's see who's expiring here. Looks like only 5 skaters are becoming RFAs. Jesper Olsson, these are the contracts now that we offered before the draft. Olsson signs, Burgundy signs, Ferguson signs the $13 million. Let's go. Nielsen signs and Zerdev signs, Alto as well. Petsakainen signs. Beautiful. We get everybody on extensions there, so we don't even have to worry about too many contracts except for rookies. And we got $9 million still in cap space since we did make that move to send Durocher away. But okay, looks like Harkins is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, so we're going to try to pay him, I guess. But if he doesn't want a deal, he doesn't have to sign one. Looks like rookies get paid $1 million now for their entry level, so that's pretty good. So yeah, Alexander Sokolov, going to be happy with that extension, no questions asked. And then, we don't have a lot of defense in here, unfortunately. I honestly want to pull Walls up to the NHL first season here and just make sure that he's actually playing in the NHL. Because if he is, then he's going to grow way quicker than anywhere else because this team's going to win like crazy. Ferguson becomes our highest paid player there with the $13 million contract, though. And it was originally Jamie Lawton. But, man, this team is just in great shape still. We got money to spare, which is huge. I don't think we're going to go out and sign Guit. I think we're going to offer Oman a contract here. So Torsten Oman is going to be a nice goalie. So yeah, you could argue Brylan deserves it, but honestly, you have Kudrok and Oman, and then Guit we're going to let him walk because he didn't get to play at all. And then Muller and Zerdev, great goalies for the NHL. For the rest of our defense here, you can see, honestly, Urkamps has a shot of making the NHL still. Yeah, I think he could easily make the NHL. But I do want Walls up as well, even if he just sits for most of the year. I honestly think, since he's right-handed and Musil's a lefty, I honestly think that they might work together still pretty well. Maybe we move Walls to more of a defensive kind of player. Let's just see How did the lines actually line up last year? Because if Musil and Harkins had a +1 go in, which they did, then it's probably worth it to move Walls to more of a defensive role and then keep Urkamps on the bench because he was a lower overall pick. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So yeah, Walls is going to get his contract here. Actually, he'll guarantee sign with us, play wherever, but we're going to pull him up to the NHL. All these other defensemen that want contracts are going to get them, even if they're pretty atrocious and don't fit the system that well. I'm okay with that. What about Harkins? How much money? See, that is, I cannot offer that. Even if he was a medium elite at 80 overall, I couldn't offer that. Like 80 overall and $5.75 million for the next 5 years is not worth our time and money. So unfortunately, Brandon Harkins is going to be walking here this offseason. So that's too bad, but you got to do it every once in a while, and you got to let guys just go because they're not worth the amount of money they're requesting. So hopefully 950s get those guys back. Looks like Clancy's a guarantee to sign here. So if we can go Clancy and O'Donnell, honestly, I'll be all right with that. We got this Ray guy here as well, Riley Ray, undrafted. He's actually doing all right, up to a 74 now. And then, was Bergeron our pick? Yes, he was. He's playing in Shawinigan, or no? Sanguinines, I believe, yeah. So Eriksson, we're not going to sign for a year. Same thing with Fast, even though those guys do have some potential and could probably make the NHL in a couple of years. We're just not going to do it yet. Rensfeldt from a couple of years back there. We got to see some growth, buddy. What about right wingers? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hickey and Sokolov. See, I want Sokolov playing this upcoming year. And I get the feeling John Lewis will start to drop off and become just more of a depth guy in this team. Unfortunately, Sokolov shot way down too, so that's not spectacular with those only 57 points, right? So that was a problem there. So he is more of a $4.5 million guy now, unfortunately. But besides that, we will definitely sign Cardwell because he was a high draft pick a couple of years back, and he's developed pretty nicely. He's up to a 65 now. And besides that, Antropov, probably not worth signing. Ovalstad, yeah, we could give him a contract just based on his potential more than anything really there. And then, yeah, Antropov we're not signing. And I don't think we're going to sign Oliver Suni either here. Way back in 2020, he's 31 years old now and does want the extension. So, yeah, you know what, screw it. We'll offer it to him, and we'll make sure Bishop and Cardwell and all those guys are actually playing in this upcoming year. Besides that, Almquist we could probably sign, and Lebda you could keep too. But then you have Lashoff, Pentakainen, Alto, Brouwer, Olesen. You got a good left-wing depth there too. So Almquist will sign, but obviously not the most spectacular player. He's only 78 overall, but we'll probably just keep him down in the minors because that's where he's going to play. And then for centers, obviously you've got Marian Hossa here. 111th overall pick, but pretty nice player here. And honestly, that's a good contract for him. Same with Markstrom here. He could turn out to be a pretty decent player still too. And then besides that, McCammond, we will definitely get a contract on because that's an entry level. Same thing with Kuznetsov. Man, we almost have too many guys here. We almost need to start buying some of these lower end guys out. Like, well, honestly, all of our centers are looking pretty damn good right now. Like, yes, we have a couple older guys here in Hornquist and Sestito, but like, geez, man, this is a very good center core. You have to battle to earn a spot in this center group. Jenks is nice too. My gosh, he had a 60-point season. Okay, he could still have some opportunity to make our team. Anyways, obviously with that $109 million salary cap, we got a little bit of space. We're gonna see if guys sign, and we'll go from there. So obviously we're gonna have scouts and stuff signing first. I totally keep forgetting that we can just advance in this menu. It says down at the bottom, X is advance a day. I literally never hit it, but let's see who signs. So Saint Denis doesn't re-sign as our assistant coach. That's too bad, but whatever. Neither does our AHL associate coach. So that's just, it's not great, man. But looks like Alexander Sokolov does sign his contract. Multiple morale changes for re-signings and stuff like that. Cardwell can't sign due to full roster. Caden Lopp signs. Bergeron signs. Sokolov signs. Almquist rejects. Strudwick signs. Ray signs. Clancy signs. Suni rejects. Markstrom signs. Ovalstad can't join due to full roster. Jokela signs. O'Donnell signs. Hossa signs. Omen signs. Kuznetsov cannot join due to full roster. Same with McCammond. Same with Walls. Okay, so we got to clear up some expiring deals here. So all expiring. Yep, that would be exactly why. So Jokela, release. We're just going to start releasing a bunch of guys here that are not going to play in this upcoming season. Oliver Suni's done, unfortunately. He didn't sign his offer. Almquist, we're going to offer him $1 million for the next 2 years. Hopefully he'll sign that. Harkins is gone. I know some guys don't like that, but we have to do it. Honestly, this Thomas Muir guy or Tristan Muir looks all right. Same with Cardwell, same with Kuznetsov, and I believe that is, oh no, we're going to do Ovalstad too, yeah. And then any goalies, those guys aren't worth signing. What about unsigned rookies here? Walls was the only guy that I really wanted to sign because I want him actually in the NHL this upcoming season. So let's advance the day. I always go out of the menu. Just hit X, Ethan. Just hit X. Anyways, Holzer signs as our scouts. Lots of scouts signing, actually. I'm not going to go through all the names because that just takes too long. But Cardwell signs, Almquist re-signs, Muir signs, Ovalstad signs, Kuznetsov cannot join due to full roster, McCammon signs, Walls signs. Okay, so there was just one guy, and I believe it was Kuznetsov, who could not sign. Yeah, it was just Kuznetsov. So why did I hit back, man? Oh God, my fingers are just going right now. Anyways, we are at 50 out of 50. So who's a contract that's probably worth getting rid of in our system? I want to say Jalen Dowd as he's 28 already, but I'm sure we've got one or two other guys that are probably worth moving to. Like Korolyuk would probably be a smart choice to get out of this team at 28 and $1.1 million. I do want Kuznetsov to sign with us still, so we're going to go and get rid of, who do I want to get rid of on this team? Yeah, I think we're going to do Korolyuk unless for whatever reason we don't have enough defensemen, but we really do right now. And yeah, Korolyuk's gone. Unfortunately, we're going to buy him out, which is totally good with me. And instead, we're going to sign Kuznetsov, and that should be good. So welcome to the team, Valery Kuznetsov. He should be signing, and I hit back again when all I need to do is hit advanced day instead of going over to, but Kuznetsov does sign finally. So let's send him to free agency, just see what's available, because we got $9 million. You never know what can happen there, but we kind of do need to go out and hire a couple coaches. So let's focus right now on an NHL and AHL associate coach, because we don't want to spend an arm and a leg on coaches here. And who's going to have the highest? Wow. A defensive coach seems to fit quite nicely with our team. Not a lot of guys, though, that are like really nice fits with this team. You know what? Screw it. Let's sign this guy just because he's got the double pinch and cycle. And honestly, for $900,000, I'm totally willing to offer that, and he should sign that. And then let's go to AHL associates because we need an AHL associate. And we're going to go with, wow, the percentages are so low down in the AHL. It's like, what? Yeah, let's go with Jacob Tillett here. I don't really worry too much about our scouts or our coaches and what they're going to do. As long as our head coaches stick around and we have good enough chemistry to win, that's all I really care about, to be honest. So, for editing the trade block, Olesin and Zerdev are sticking around. I'm not making moves for that. Honestly, this team's in absolutely spectacular shape. Yes, we do have a couple rookies here still that are on really great low-end contracts that are saving us a lot of cap space at the moment. But, we're going to try to get Walls into the team. We're going to try to get a couple different guys in here and see what they can do. Obviously, the biggest name that we are going to be focusing on in this upcoming episode will probably be Sokolov, as he's, just an absolutely fantastic sniper. Maybe we'll move him to the left wing. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. We'll figure it out. But the team's in great shape, and let's just check out free agency quickly here. Obviously, we do have a full roster already, so there's no point in signing guys most likely, but you never know who might have made free agency that is actually like Karpovtsov. I recognize right away. And at $5.9 million, almost worth it, but not quite. Same thing with Harkins. It's like he's almost worth it, but not quite. Joey Akimowicz, 35 years old now. How many points has he scored in his NHL career? 613. That's pretty damn good. I mean, obviously he spent way too many years in Reading here and just never really turned out, but, definitely a memorable one. Brady Tkachuk is 33. Has Matthew Tkachuk retired already? He's probably close. I don't see any need to really go out and go after anybody. You could argue, go get a backup goalie that's insane, like Jared Mackey. Yes, we won a cup with Jared Mackey, but he's not worth $6.3 million to me. We literally have Leo Muller on a $7.5 million contract, which is so fantastic that I don't want to pay guys more than that. So, honestly, our team's set already. We're just going to sim to the next season, and we're going to check out how this team fits together. All right, so we do get Lenovo, I believe is how you say it, and Tillett also signs, so that's good. Maybe the AI will make a signing or two for us. Who's this Cook guy? I want to just look at this. I'm not actually going to take this deal, obviously, as Pittsburgh's probably drafted. Wow. That's a pretty good prospect there in Jake Cook. But he is only 75 overall, and honestly, Tillett... See, I would take that if we had the rules of, we could take players that are drafted anywhere, but yeah, like Cook's one of their best prospects, so I'm going to tell them, sorry, but you guys should probably hold on to this kid because he could probably still turn out for you, honestly, so I think we're just going to reject it. Obviously, we're not going to make inter-rivalry trades. That's just not smart. Even if it's like a James Neal trade or something like that for Edmonton, that's just no. We're not doing that. So guys, I honestly have to say, for an offseason, that was probably one of our easiest in history, just in franchise mode on this channel in general. Usually there's always some kind of struggle, but this season we had guys signing when they needed to. We let the right guys go. We brought in new pieces that are going to fill in, and I love how this team's looking right now. So 97% of our tickets sold. Get a little bit of fun bonus there for whatever reason, but it's looking good. All right, so our owner goals are compete for 54 wins, sell 95% of the season tickets, and 41 sellouts for home ice. All right. I mean, I think we have the players to do so. We get a lot of exciting players on this team. I do want to make the argument that Omar Archer could be a power forward, and then that allows us to move Lashoff down to the second line where he can still kill it. Alongside a guy like Boyce and Kozlov, he would really up their level of play. And let's just see what else we can do with this lineup still. Obviously, Pentakainen I want on the left wing, and I want Lewis on the right. I don't know why Yuka Alto is in here. He should probably be on the bench, and Sestito should probably be in this one of these roles. There we go. But who else? Where's Sokolov? Like, I want him playing. He's a second liner, and he's a sniper, so, you know, I get the feeling having Sokolov here would probably also boost it to +3. And it would. What about if it's just Archer there? And that's all +1s. Okay. Shoot, see, this is tough. I want to play Sokolov on this wing. Not great. See, that looks really freaking nice, man. That looks really nice. I love how the second line looks, but we still have OMAR Archer. That's the problem, is that OMAR Archer is good enough to play somewhere in this team. And I don't want that to be the third line for a second line type of guy. That just doesn't make sense to do that. But, you know, if we're going to move anybody, I would assume it would be a move like that. Move Nordquist over, and then I get the feeling this is going to go to 0 the second we drop Archer in because they're all two-way forwards. No, it doesn't, and that's a damn strong center core still, so... This would make the most sense for now, just to play Sokolov on the second line. Honestly, Sokolov's good enough. Bro, if that got you any kind of plus chemistry, that would be insane, but, no, I think for now, Alexander Sokolov sticks around on that third pairing, third line. We keep the defense more so like this, like it's been in the past. That looks hella good, honestly. And then if you go Musil and Lop work, but I want Walls here instead because Lop's 26. And the only reason they work is because it's an offensive and defensive guy together. How's the goaltending looking? 90 rated Muller is really good. Okay. So I want to send Lop down to the minors, and I want to bring Walls up. He's pinch and shoot, so that's not great. Honestly, I want to kind of bring Urkamps up too. But, you know, if we're going to move Walls up, he's going to have to be changed to a defensive, because otherwise we're not going to get any chemistry with him, and that just doesn't make any sense, so... Yeah, I think we're going to move Walls up. That would just be the smartest decision here. Kudrok, and then Vitanen. Why is Vitanen in over Oman? I'm sorry. Like, that just shouldn't happen. What about our forward group? Yeah, that's actually pretty nice for the most part. Erskine's actually belongs there. Yeah. I kind of want to call Burgundy up to the NHL as well. I mean, he is 25 now, but fuck, bro. Fuck. Shit. Oh, damn. Bro. Damn. I know the top line looks absolutely atrocious as far as overall goes, but bro, this team actually looks really nice. This is the AHL system, guys, and it's like, wow. Obviously, we do need to make a move to send Walls up and probably bring, what's his name down? I forgot the guy's name right now. Anyways, for goaltending, see, we have Tuukka Vitanen, who's a starter, and you have Kudrok, who's a low starter. I'd prefer to actually have Vitanen and Oman in here, as those are our two best goalies. So yeah, the goaltending's not spectacular. Could be better in the system, but honestly, who cares when you got that much chemistry on this team? Like, holy man, it's insane. It's insane how much chemistry we got here in the AHL, so that's always good to see. I really, really like how the system looks. I mean, I wish we had, all +3s would just annihilate the league with this team. Obviously, this top line will still do that on their own anyways, but I get the feeling if we move Omar Archer to a power forward, he will give us enough chemistry boost to move things around a little bit. So I'm going to try that quickly. We're going to make the walls move and everything. And we're going to get the captain sorted out too, because I'm sure you guys had something to say with that. So they named Jamie Lawton captain, which is incorrect. So what we're going to do here, Lashoff does not get a letter. Jamie Lawton gets an A for now. He should have an A. Kozlov, honestly, Kozlov should probably have an A too. And then obviously Ferguson is our undoubted captain on this team. So we got number 71 right now in Sokolov. We're going to go look at our new rookie there, but we do have to make a roster move first with Joel Walls, as we're going to bring him up. And then we're going to do a couple position changes quickly, and then I think that'll wrap it up. So where is he? Joel Walls up into the system. And then, yeah, Lop is definitely heading down. Wasn't there one other guy I wanted to send up? Yeah, Urkamp's maybe, but I don't think we really need to. I think what would be smarter would probably be to send a guy like, actually, I want to send a guy like Alto or Hickey down. So yeah, we're going to send Hickey down as he's only 80 rated, and then we're going to bring Isaac Urkamps up for now. And this is definitely going to change up the lines a bit. Oh man, okay, so we're at the point where we actually have another defenseman that does not fit properly with our team, which is a piss off. So okay, so we're going to have to go out and sign a defenseman, which I just don't like doing, so let me go and do that nice and quickly here, because we just don't have enough defensemen apparently. Who's the best overall defenseman we can get that has not been drafted? Wade Chucko. Let's get him. Hopefully he'll fit our team, but who knows? So if we go Chucko, and then I do kind of want to get one more guy just so that this stops happening, really. Kalle Roden, screw it, we'll send him a deal. We just need guys to fill in our team, especially for Pennsylvania. All right, so we're going to go into edit players, just check out, our new guys, but the first thing we're going to do is, this has been a long time coming. We haven't really made this move, and it's understandable why, is because as a two-way forward, Omar Archer is he's a legit two-way forward. There's no question about that, but he makes plays on both ends of the ice that are just insane. But I'm going to try moving him to power forward. Hope he doesn't lose too much defensive ability and stuff like that. And I'm hoping it improves the chemistry in the top six a little bit. Besides that, I keep getting Kozlov and Sokolov mixed up because they're both, kind of Russian type names, but very similar as well. So yeah, let's see what Alexander Kozlov's got here. Looking like a CCM dude for the most part. I mean, he's got CCM Bauer rocking there, and I cannot stand that tape job, unfortunately. Not as a sniper, man. You're gonna be shooting the puck. I'm fine with the rocket balls. I don't really care about that stick, but no, you at least gotta have enough tape on your stick to hit the puck with. So yeah, we're gonna give him that tape job for now. I also am considering moving him over to the left wing eventually, just because he's a right-handed sniper, but, you never know, right? He could turn out to be something crazy. Let's make sure he's got a playoff beard, because obviously next episode we're going to be pushing for the playoffs again. If he doesn't have a beard, I'm not going to be happy. Oh, he's got the chin-centric going. Let's go. All right, so his current beard length's obviously clean-shaven, but his max playoff beard length is only 2. Boo. I know he's only 19, but come on, let's grow it out, man. That's gonna look sick. Anyways, yeah, that's Alexander Sokolov, one of our newest rookies here, drafted 5th overall, and just gonna be an absolute beauty for this team. Besides that, we do have one more quick little tweak to make in this roster, that being Joel Walls is going to become a defensive defenseman. I don't really care if he scores that much. He's a medium top 4 potential, so he's going to be, an average defenseman overall. Looks like he's rocking mainly CCM here. Got some, nobody uses Reebok gloves anymore, so we're going to give him some CCM gloves that actually make sense. Like those ones right there. All right. And he's number 63. That's his chosen number, I guess. But making him a defensive defenseman will definitely improve the chemistry along with Petr Musil there. And that's Joel Walls. So let's go take another look at this team now, see how things are looking now that we've made those quick little position tweaks and stuff like that, and get on with this. So if we move Archer there, then we have the +1, which is huge. You have a +1 on the top line, and then you have a +3 on the second line. I know we're downgrading Lashoff's line mates a bit, but at the same time, I still expect him to score a lot. He scored 111 points last year, man, so that's insane. So we'll see if Donovan Boyce has an insane season coming up here. Obviously, 44 points in your rookie season is not a bad start at all to your NHL career, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that Donovan Boyce could really turn out to be a bit of a superstar for our team here if we put him with the right guy, like Trevor Lashoff. Honestly, this team just looks so nice that I could feel a 4-peat coming on here, man. Like, I really could. And, yes, you could argue the bottom end of our defense is a little weak. Maybe it is, but we're not going to change it. And we have some crazy good chemistry with this team already. I get the feeling if we moved Ferguson to a defensive or an offensive defenseman, that he would just become like he'd have such a crazy good season because he's playing with Hakana. He's already putting up 70 points a season roughly over the last 3 years. He did have some pretty not so good seasons there in the 2030s, but like beginning of the 2030s where we, just weren't really making the playoffs that often. But, I think the team's trending the right way. I think we got the right pieces, and I think we're going to win again. So guys, anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Obviously, this team is in absolutely prime condition right now for winning, and I mean, let me know in the comments below, do you think this series is starting to get a little repetitive? If we win 4 cups in a row, is it more worth it for me to kind of just start to kind of phase this series off of my channel because we've just found success and it's become so repetitive? Or should we keep uploading it, like doing the exact same episode format, or maybe do full season formats and highlight everything in that season in a single episode? I mean, if you look at how many seasons we've done and how many remain, we only have, after this season, we only have 10 seasons left in this entire franchise mode save. Then it's just done. That's it. You just lose the franchise mode. So, really, we have to kind of remember everything for what it's been here. Once we get to that point, but this series is always going to be on YouTube. I'm not going to delete it because it's been such a fantastic series, and there's lots of time left still though. 11 seasons is a lot of time to win cups, and if you win a cup this year, you have a shot at 15 possibly, but you'd have to win every single year. That's my thinking right now, and honestly, we have the roster to do it. You got a lot of great players on this team, drafted absolutely fantastically well. Like this whole team is just built from the ground up so well that it's like, I'm not going to be surprised if this team wins yet another cup. Like, it's just a great system, great fitting players, lots of lottery picks though for the most part. The only guys that aren't lottery picks here are like Nielsen and Lewis and Olesen, and then our goalies, because obviously the goalies we aren't going to get very high up, but they've turned out absolutely tremendously. Like Leo Muller's your Vezina defending champion right now, and honestly is just such a good goalie. Like, I've looked through the whole league, He's the highest rated goalie in the league right now at 90 overall, which is insane. Usually you'd think there'd be one or two goalies that maybe push a franchise potential, but when EA said that they're going to take out the franchise goalies in franchise mode, they literally took out all of them. Like, there is none left at this point. So that's too bad, but really, it just allows for guys like Leo Muller, a 70th overall pick, and a German-born goalie to become the best goalie in the league at the moment. And, he does have an absolutely spectacular team in front of him. Don't get me wrong on that, but, this is just going to continue to be a fun franchise mode no matter what happens. So I guess I'll leave a card up in the top corner for you guys to vote on, and it'll say, what should we do with this series? Keep uploading the exact same format all the way through the remainder of this save. Start cutting it down to one season per episode, or just kind of do a wrap-up video sooner rather than later, because I can do that. Like, I can sim. I've got enough time right now with quarantine, guys, that I could probably sim through 10 seasons and get this whole thing wrapped up pretty quickly. But anyways, that's going to be it for me. If you guys are enjoying this series and made it to the end of the video, make sure you go down below and leave a like on the video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Right here in this little corner, there should be a subscribe card if you haven't done it already. And also feel free to turn on notifications so you never miss one I upload. But that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya.